dollars and then did what you would have wanted him to do as a human, not as a businessman. Of course, he'd want to keep Cole. Cole went on to do his own thing and is now already a legend in his own right. To me, that's why you get the record. Jay telling that story with Cole finishes A Star Is Born. Look, we were fucking right. Look at this journey.
J. Cole. The industry continues to speculate on the fall off. Now, for context, it's important to note that this conversation originates from a theory that Jay-Z will be featured on the fall off.
Hove is only focused on the fall off with J. Cole and maybe the clips, if it makes sense, if he hears something. I think those are the only two things in his rap brain without jewelry on that he's thinking about.
You think Jay gives J. Cole a verse?
Yeah. I think we finally get the Jay-Z and J. Cole song we've been looking for after, ironically, Mr. Nice Watch. He had no jewelry on when he wrote that.
Justice for Mr. Nice Watch, but yeah.
It's not even, it's the beat that is just not for me. I think we finally get the proper J. Cole and Jay-Z song that we have been looking for.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I don't know, man. I just don't think Jay is, because at that point, where Jay-Z is at in his career and his life, I mean, a verse has to have significant, what a record has to have a significant meaning. He's not just doing it just to show off and say, yeah, I still rap better than Oli. I don't think that doesn't mean much to Jay at this point in his life. I think that it has to be a situation where the record is phenomenal, the music is incredible, the project that it's on is like, you know, it's gonna move the needle, I guess, and kind of shift the sound of what's going on right now.
Now, I'm gonna pause the clip right here to speak directly to Rory. See, this is why the Cole community thinks that Mal hates Cole. For him to insinuate that Jay-Z having a feature on the fall off won't carry any significance is literally insane. He either one, hates Cole, or two, his hip hop card should be pulled immediately because a whole feature on one of the most anticipated albums of all time is 100% moving the needle and incredibly significant. But let's continue with the clip.
It finishes the story of A Star Is Born, because J. Cole was pretty much the first artist signed to S. Carter Enterprises. Mm-hmm. He wasn't even signed to Roc Nation. Mm-hmm. You get A Star Is Born with a A-list heavy Blueprint 3, J. Cole being the only unknown that he was launching, was talking about all the greatest ever. Here's going to be the next greatest ever, mm-hmm. which was a huge fucking risk. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking anything away from J. Cole. I'm talking about the music business. Mm-hmm. There's a chance, not because of J. Cole's talent, just because of how politics work. We never heard from J. Cole again after that verse. Right. Like that can happen in the music industry.
Oh, for sure.
So the fact that that was your first artist that you signed, probably the most profitable rapper that you have had post Rockefeller. He then fulfilled his contract, made you millions and millions of dollars, and then did what you would have wanted him to do as a human, not as a businessman. Of course, he'd want to keep Cole. Cole went on to do his own thing and is now already a legend in his own right. To me, that's why you get the record. Jay telling that story with Cole finishes A Star Is Born. Look, we were fucking right. Look at this journey. You made me profitable. You carried Roc Nation in the beginning, and now you're doing your own thing the way me, Biggs, and Dame did. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I think Jay respects. You fulfilled what I needed you to do, and then you did your own thing.
You don't feel like, I mean...
That's why I'm giving you a verse.
Right.
I fuck with you, nigga.
Now, I'm curious to hear what some of you think. Do you think Jay-Z will make an appearance on the fall off? Or do you think J. Cole decides to not put any features on what would be the most anticipated rap album of the decade? Let me know what you think in the comments. But if you're asking me, I'm not entirely sure. While I would love to hear Jay-Z on the fall off, I can see a world where J. Cole doesn't place anyone on the fall off. I mean, he's on record stating this album has gone through 6 different variations. And when it comes to his relationship with Jay-Z, he prefers for Hove to not be as visible with him.
There's always like speculation about your relationship with Jay-Z and, you know,
there's no photos of you guys together, and like all this crazy shit you hear, like these conspiracy theories. And I feel like even when you say like, I played the record for Jay's, it's almost like people don't want to believe you. Like, why do you think people are so fascinated by the viewpoint of your relationship?
I'm gonna think it's because we're in a day and age where, look what happened. Drake blew the fuck up, and it's deserved. The man is talented as shit. But in order to help him, get him to that level, he had Lil Wayne, boom, arm around him. You know what I mean? To help the talent that was already there. Like, show his fans, like, look, I got this kid that's crazy. And then even with Big Sean, you got Kanye West on the single. You know what I mean? It's like there's a real thing there. And with Jay, it's not there. So people see that, and they're like, oh, Jay don't even fuck with J. Cole. Why I'm gonna fuck with J. Cole? You know what I mean?
Nobody put you on Stars Born.
Yeah, of course.
Nice
no,
watch.
they don't see. But we're talking about the people that are saying these things. They don't see that, and they don't understand that. Yo, this man is a businessman. I'm thankful for the opportunity. If I sign a Jimmy Iovine, I don't want Jimmy Iovine on my videos and on my song. I'm just happy for the deal, brother. Like, stay right there. So how can I expect Jay-Z? You know the same for Jay-Z. I'm just grateful for the A, for the deal and the opportunity, and B, for the advice and the real rooting for me that the people don't see. Like, the people don't see that, the real conversation.
But you don't care. It's a private thing, so you don't care about the validation of the people into it.
If that was a point.
You're not Instagramming yourself in a meeting with him.
No. Just play. Nah, man. Got Jay-Z in the studio. I'm over there looking real, like, focused.
Take our time and maybe not be most popular with artists, you know, especially new ones that I want to come out tomorrow. You know, but I think in the case of J. Cole, I think that A&R development really helped him and worked for him. You know, the album that he put out was an album that he brought in the first time, and he thought he was ready, you know. And now, and you look at his career now, he's in the place of, you know, he's going to be here for as long as he wants to do it. As long as he's inspired, because now he has the attention of the public.
But you love... First sign of Jay, like, all I want to do is drop a classic. I didn't care about that shit could have sold 3,000. I was like, man, your first album's supposed to be slept on, but it's got to be an Illmatic going on. And once I signed to Jay, and this nigga was like, nah, you put the album out till you got some fucking hits. And I'm like, oh shit, I had to trial and error for a year and a half, 2 years. Workout was like, I squeezed that shit out last minute. But it's like, that was an unnatural space for me. Even if you listen to it, it's like, I can't even hear that shit back because I'm trying. But through all my trying over the years, that shit turned into like, I grew superpowers. So then by the time Force of Job came out, I was smacking them bitches out every.
And there you have it. Now that's my video for today. Kayla from Twitter, signing out. Hey, before I get out of here, I really want to take this time to just say thank you to each and every person that has taken the time to subscribe to this channel or like the video or even just simply just take the time to comment. You know, I really, really appreciate it, and I don't take any of it for granted. You know, a few comments that I want to highlight from my last video. You know, first one says, you know, nobody can ever make me hate Cole. Cole, we are starving for some new music. Please feed us. You know, that one's actually kind of funny, but it's real. That is so real. Like, we definitely could use some new music from Cole. You know, the second one goes on and reads that, you know, the internet is a fire dumpster. I have never seen so many Kendrick fans and Drake fans before the battle in comparison to after the battle. It's crazy. It makes it enjoyable. And you know, I definitely can attest to and agree with this comment as well, because the Drake fans and the Kendrick fans, there's always been overlap, right? Especially when you talk about with Cole as well. But post beef, it's been insane seeing how toxic the discourse has become surrounding those three artists, especially if you're on Twitter, which I am, obviously. But this last one, they go on to say, you know, of course, Cole seen how this was going to go. He called everything out in Port Antonio. It was ahead of his time. And you're spot on. He most definitely did. He was spot on. And that's why, you know, for those of us who understand Cole's mission and his message, we respect it. We understand. Right. But I appreciate you here and anyone that's tapped into this channel, because that's what I want to do here. I want to highlight more of that and just speak the truth to what's actually happening. But that's all I got. Peace.
And then we do a Caleb, right? I don't think Joe would ever, or Flip would ever look at Caleb and be like, yo, you a loser, you a failure, right? Because he moving with humility.
I like the tone that the nigga Caleb was on, and in real life, that's the lens I see it through. Content creation is tough. It's hard.